Hello, folks. Welcome to the Bad Blood Livestream Q&A. I am Moondog, the creator of Operation Bad Blood, and we have a great show tonight for you. We're going to be talking about Bad Blood and answering your questions in the live chat. And we have our green room and bringing them on stage. We have our panelists here. We have my co-game manager, Ian, aka Sonic. Hey, Ian. So,
how's it going?
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Excellent, excellent. And why don't you introduce yourself to the folks out in the interwebs?
I'm Ian. I am the senior producer here at NYC Airsoft, and I've been helping Moondog run Bad Blood for this will be my 11th year of being an attendee. I think my 8th or ninth is, helping to run the whole shebang. And I'll be your point of contact a lot of times out on the field, talking to everybody, making sure everybody's having a good time, being safe, following the rules, answering any questions that might come up during the game, because I know we've changed some stuff. For you longtime Bad Blood players are used to a specific type of gameplay. We're flipping it on its head a tiny bit, and it's going to get confusing. But that's what we're there for. Just ask us. You get confused with what we're trying to do. You get a little out of place. We'll stop you. We'll reset you and get you back on your way.
Absolutely. We'll get back to that point that Ian made in a bit when we'll get with our next panelist, Mark Thomas. How are you, Archimedes?
Doing good, real good.
Had
a wonderful Father's Day. Looking forward to seeing everybody here in 2 weeks. I'm not quite as seasoned at Bad Blood. This will be my second year, but I'm going to be, I guess, filling in for CO on Black Shirts. Looking forward to it. My son and I are going to be there and having a great time.
Excellent, much appreciated. Now, actually, that brings up a one of the topics I wanted to bring up. So we'll circle back to the new rule changes that I wanted to talk to you guys about. But since you brought it up, what did you do today for Father's Day?
Well, slept in. Got a good rest after a long day of airsoft yesterday. We
okay. You did play airsoft. Okay.
Yeah. Saturday we played all day. I'm pretty sore. My legs are tight. I got a couple of good black and blue welts. And I needed some rest, so we slept in.
Where did you usually play? What's your usual field?
We have a field about 25 minutes away in Lingelstown, Pennsylvania. OXL, Outdoor Extreme, Lingelstown.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have a huge crowd. I think we had at one point 2 teams of 10.
Okay.
But we were having a good time. We had nice weather. It wasn't too hot. It was warm. We were sweating.
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah.
Drinking a lot of water. But we had some good games. A lot of fun.
How's the weather been locally? Well, I guess it's a bit of a microclimate over at the Endless Mountains where we have the Operation Bad Blood. So it's not exactly 1-to-1 analogous to, but generally this summer, how's it been since I'm on the other coast?
It's been nice. We had a really wet spring. There was a lot of rain. So it's been nice to have a couple of warm days and some dry days. We were supposed to have storms on Friday, I think it was, and we did have a little bit pass through, but not much. So things are a little dry, but we're looking at 90s in temps this week, so it's going to be plenty warm. I think we'll spend some time at the pool.
Oh, good.
That was the other thing I did today. Just went out and hung out at the pool for a while.
Now, did you hang out on the outside of the pool, or actually in the pool?
A little of both.
Okay.
Yeah. I got a little sun, got a little bit of color on my shoulders. So got my start on my summer tan.
Oh, okay. Good. Better than the farmer tan that most of us usually have. So, Ian, how was your Father's Day?
Oh, it was all right. Had some stuff I've been dealing with. I've been busy, but I was playing with my kid earlier. We're playing Green Army Men.
Ah.
Yeah, They gave me a set of Green Army. I had this idea of doing a tabletop Vietnam game.
Oh,
Wanted to experiment, just getting the gameplay right, just by using little army men.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You can set it up, and yeah. So we sat there and we played with the trucks and the jeeps and the stuff. It's really funny too because the figures are bigger than the ones we're used to, right? They're like maybe inch and a half, maybe even 2 inches, right?
Oh, so these new ones are
Right, but it came with a 60 millimeter mortar, which was 3 times bigger than the guy. So
wait, how does that work? They didn't even nobody even like decided, hey, there's a discrepancy here.
Monstrous, but it's fun. So I'm thinking in my head, okay, well, this could be the artillery piece, because it also came with a tow-along howitzer, which was smaller than the mortar. So I was like, whatever. I just want it for the army men so I can figure out positions and stuff like that. But just like, oh my god, the proportions are just insane on this set, but it's fun. So we played for a while.
Do you have it handy? I'd love to see this.
Yeah. Let me see if I can get.
Okay, no worries.
Duck away.
All right. Well, Ian's looking for his toys. Oh, wait, quicker than I thought he was gonna.
Yeah. All right. So it came with a nice deuce and a half.
Oh, okay. This is deluxe.
Oh yeah. No, it's got some stuff.
Because the ones I remember came in like those clear baggies, and they would hang over in the toy rack.
Okay. Here we go. So we got our deuce, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we got our guy.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Then we got our Chinook.
What?
And then we've got our 60 mil mortar.
Oh my.
It's ridiculous.
That's like the toys that you'd have in your own toy box. It's just a random toys you pick together. The fact that they came in a set is just insane.
Yeah, so that's my little green and tan army men with the mortar that could take out New York City.
Oh, that's wild. So okay, so you're gonna try to make a game out of that, a tabletop game?
Yeah. So, I mean, these are just for troop reference. It's not going to be to scale, but to see how to figure out the roles and the movement and stuff like that. So it'll be fun.
No, but even with those, actually, I remember now at one point, maybe in high school, I tried to create my own little tabletop game using those Green Army Men, and I would use the bases that they would stand on,
right,
as the measurement, as the sort of the key measurement for distances.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd measure it by bases.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But then I realized I would need a seriously large table to grid it out.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I never ended up doing that. But
you've seen the new thing is people are taking giant TVs and putting them horizontal, and
as a table.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and then you can do customizable maps and stuff like that. So you get a big old huge table, put a lucite cover on it that's gridded, and you can change it to any terrain you want.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. Where have you seen that? Are people doing that over in like cons or stuff?
Yeah, I've just seen videos of it. Like a lot of D&D people. Well, not say a lot, but I know D&D people are doing it. So
Mark, do you play any tabletop stuff? D&D?
No, not really. We do some games, just the old family style games. I guess the closest thing that we've done, trying to think of the name of it, Catan.
Oh, that's a great game.
Yeah, that's one we've had a lot of fun with.
That's one of the questions I had is because you're a history teacher, right?
Mm-hmm.
So did you? Obviously, since you don't play a lot of tabletop games, you haven't introduced any sort of tabletop when in part of instructing about ancient history, great wars like the Peloponnesian War or the Well, Civil War, you guys could just go down the road to Gettysburg.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember it was middle school that our teacher introduced us to a little bit of board games. I think it had to do with the Greeks or the Romans because he had us set out a grid and phalanxes. Or I could be misremembering it. It might have been Waterloo because of how the British had those squares. How they arranged themselves in squares to fight off against Napoleon's cavalry.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but anyway, that brings up my other question. Sort of rolls into this. Since you brought up Catan, what's your favorite board games other than that?
Monopoly's always fun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a good one. Um, Othello. That's an old.
Othello. Yeah.
It's an old one
Yeah.
that we still enjoy a lot.
That's the one where you flip over
Yeah,
the.
black and white
Mm-hmm.
coins. Yeah,
Yeah.
Poor man's Go.
yeah,
That sort of thing is, but it's rules different because Go you don't flip over things. You just have to capture it by putting your pieces at the ends of. I still haven't. I remember playing Go once and I totally forgot how
Something
that
like that. Yeah,
goes.
you trap your opponents basically. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But with Othello, you flip over, right? Is that how it
yeah.
works?
Yeah. When you put your color on the end of the line,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's diagonal or horizontal or vertical, then you flip over the ones in between to your color, and then till you get to the end and fill up the board. Whoever's got the most of their color showing wins.
That's interesting because it really the ebb and flow of who could be winning could change drastically, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's good. Ian, what are your favorite board games?
I don't remember what it was called, but there was this game I played in 6th grade, and it was we were obsessed with it. My math class was obsessed with it. It was basically you were given a plastic board, right, that had
Mm-hmm.
10 rows of 4 pegs, right? And the person you were playing against, they had their section was blocked off and they set up their pegs in a specific order, right?
Okay.
It was sort of like Battleship in a way. You had to guess what their pegs were. And depending on what you guessed, they would use black or white little mini pegs to tell you you've got one right in the wrong place. You've got
Is
one
this
right
is
in
it
the
like
right
4
place.
pegs?
Yeah.
Is it like Mastermind?
Mastermind. That's it.
That's it.
Okay. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, we played that for an entire year when I was in 6th grade, and we're just obsessed with it.
Now, what was your take on it? Because some folks, were much more, I guess, math or abstract based, so they would figure out, but based on the yes and no's.
Oh yeah,
And then,
you learned quickly to not play with those people. But
but then there's the other folks who are basing it on the tells of the person on the other side.
exactly, yeah, like you learned what people like to do if they like to do it, and they probably didn't even notice it, but patterns that they didn't they didn't realize they were doing. Nowadays, it's just like, oh yeah, he's got it, yeah. But yeah, and then some people would arrange the little the key pegs, we'll call them, to let you know what you got right or wrong. They might say, okay, you got a black one, they'll say, okay, you're in the right place. So they'll put it in the first one. And they kind of gave away their position a little bit. Other ones who would randomly say, now, whatever, just whatever. But yeah, you learn quickly how each individual person played. But the more abstract ones, they were always a challenge because you never knew what they were going to do. So that was fun.
So okay, so it was we got Mastermind. What other? It's like your top 3.
Oh geez. I mean, again, we're talking old school. Again, Monopoly was always a family.
Well, I mean, like now. So you still like playing with
board games have changed now. Nowadays, it's all about like board games that have like extra stuff, like But no, we play a lot of Chutes and Ladders actually, and yeah, we we like playing shoots and ladders, and my son always wins.
Now, are you a shoots and ladders guy or snakes and ladders guy?
This is actual shoots and ladders.
Okay.
It's Peppa Pig shoots and ladders.
Okay.
But
See,
yeah, growing up,
I find that unusual because Peppa Pig is English, right?
yeah. But you think it would be snakes and ladders?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, no. When I was growing up, it was snakes and ladders. But yeah, now that I'm playing with him, the boxes say shoots and ladders, so that's what he calls it. Actually, he calls it Peppa, but yeah. But it's fun. So yeah, we play a lot of that. He doesn't have the longest attention span for more complex games, so we do things that we can be done in 10 minutes.
But you said you wanted to develop a tabletop Vietnam game.
Right.
Now but that's not for your son to play necessarily.
No,
It's more
no, that's for me. That's for me and Todd.
Okay. What do you and Todd play usually then?
He's if he's listening, he's going to kill me. He is a massive Warhammer nerd, and I'm talking massive Warhammer nerd. But yeah, so we're kind of working similar to that. Like obviously, I don't play Warhammer, so I don't know all the intricacies of all the different armies you can set up. But I have been using the basic gameplay of that to kind of flesh out what I want to do.
Now, does in Warhammer is it dependent on like you have to have those figures to play those figures? Okay, so there you go.
They are hardcore about it.
Don't they get expensive?
I think so. And it's just time consuming, but like it's not just the figures and the sets. There's books, like novels.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like I stopped watching Marvel because it got too complicated. I'm not going to play a game that I need to read books about. That's just too much. I can't do it.
Well, you don't have to now because isn't Henry Cavill making a Warhammer series? So now you can watch the series.
I believe so. Yeah. There you go. I'll just steal all his great ideas.
All right. Okay, let's before we get into actually talking about the game, folks, I wanted to let you know that you have an opportunity tonight to win some Night Force swag. So I've got 2 more bags tonight, and I'll. I forgot to grab an extra. I've got a swag hat for Father's Day, so I've got 3 prizes. So I've got 2 of these Night Force decal packs to give away tonight, and if you all you have to do is put in hashtag BADBLOOD, BADBLOOD, and we'll do the drawing later on this evening. But so get those if you want to win something, get that hashtag in. Now, what we had discussed or you'd brought up, Ian, was some changes that are going on this year that hopefully people won't be too confused about. But what Ian was alluding to is that in all the previous Bad Bloods, we've in the last 10 years we've had a constantly moving respawn point that we call the triage, and usually that is denoted either with a pool noodle, so that is your respawn point, and it is moved and managed by the embeds. This year we're going to have changing location respawn points, but they're going to be denoted by battle flags for each of the factions. So there are going to be there's going to be 8 different locations throughout the field that have a flagpole, and wherever your embed hoists your battle flag, that's going to be your respawn point until he brings it down. And then you have to go claim another flagpole, another CCP is what we're calling it, the casualty collection point, not China Communist Party. For those of you who are wondering what CCP stands for, casualty collection point, hoist the flag, and that becomes your respawn triage point for this year. So that's going to be new for those of you who've played Bad Blood before. For all of you newbies who are coming in, it doesn't really matter because this is going to be your first Bad Blood. So I'm happy that you're there.
Just to clarify, so correct me if I'm wrong. an embed or a team is not going to abandon a respawn until they've captured a new respawn, correct?
Yes,
So it's not like you're going to be left out in no man's land with no way to re-enter the game.
absolutely. Yeah. Now there there's a possibility, and we haven't quite worked this. I haven't. We haven't come into a problem yet because this is my first year. Now there is that lag time between like, you've captured your place, you've hold your flag down. You actually have to bring that flag over to your new CCP.
Right.
Now, if you're very careless, your embed can get shot by an enemy player walking over. So you should guard them. Things done properly, they need to be guarded as well to get over to activate your new triage. So there's I'm just thinking things through. There's a possibility that if what would happen in that case. I my my thinking on that, and we'll discuss this with the embeds later next week in a staff meeting that we're going to have. That what should be the protocol at that point? I would think that at that point we would have the embed just wait there, respawn, and then continue on. So that would potentially delay your you being able to respawn, but you wouldn't necessarily be in limbo forever.
Right. Yeah. You're not going to be SOL, but you are going to be delayed. So that is going to theoretically, it's going to put in the players' minds a more of a an urgency and more responsibility than just roving and shooting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's okay. It's moving and it's shooting and it's collecting, but it's also protecting because you have this high value thing. I don't even know I have a word for it. This high value article that you have to make sure gets to where you're going, or you guys are gonna have a hard time. And we don't want that. The other players want that, so they're gonna be gunning for you. So you need to be prepared for that. And like Moondog's saying, is take precautions and guard your players who need to be moving your different pieces around the field. It's almost like chess now,
Now, Mark, since you're CO, you're gonna be for. Does that make sense to you? I mean, you'd probably. I mean, I'm not. You're obviously going to be in charge of your faction. I don't know what your plans are, but you probably want to create some sort of VIP protection group. Recruit among the players that day. Say who wants to be the sort of the Praetorian Guard or what have you, whatever you call it, whatever you want to call it, to protect your embeds as you or yourself, because you are also an objective now as the CO. You have a stamp on you as well. So most of the COs tend to have a personal guard as well.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, and something we're definitely gonna have to put into the plans. I did get contacted by one embed already.
Oh, good.
So, yeah, that was cool. And hopefully whenever we have a meeting here coming up, or early on Friday when we get in, maybe get to talk to a few people and sort of start setting some of that stuff up.
Yeah, I'm hoping we'll set up something. Ian and I maybe will do even just a quick 15-minute touch base.
Yeah.
And it could just be a Zoom call just to make sure everybody's on the same page. And if there's any lingering questions, we can bring that up.
So that EMR is really cool about, and at least I don't consider it gaming the game, but if you come on Friday, and this is especially for embeds and COs, walk the field. Just let somebody know you're out there, but walk the field, and kind of map it out. Where are these points going to be, and kind of figure out, well, it's going to take a guy at half a run, a minute and a half to get from point A to point B. So how many guys need to protect him? Does he have to cross walls? Is there objectives in the way, kind of thing? Because you can kind of figure, okay, if point A and point B are bisected by some kind of 2-story tower, well, there's a good chance somebody's in there.
Yeah.
So you might need to work around that. You know what I mean? So yeah, you take the time, walk the field, get yourself acquainted with it, especially if you're going to play the night game. Get acquainted with the field and just don't go out there with your replicas. Just go out there with, you, and just, especially if it's your first time, and just figure it out. Scan it, take notes, whatever you feel you need to do. But just, learn your terrain and try and, plan on the fly,
Absolutely. Now, Mark, since this is your first year as CEO, do you have any questions for us or thoughts about your role or how you'd like things going?
I don't even have any questions. It's going to be kind of trial by fire. I'm just going to have to learn on the fly.
No worries. I mean, you got a sense of it from last year.
Yeah.
Well, what were your thoughts on last year, or anything that sticks out in terms of how the gameplay went from your point of view?
I knew I needed to be in a lot better shape.
How so?
There's quite a bit of movement, and although
quite a bit, yes.
Most of the field is flat or fairly level, we started off on that far valley.
Were you black shirts last year?
No, he was green.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we went down into that valley and then had to fight our way back up that hill, and that was not a good start.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
And anything else stand out from last year in terms of for tips for new players?
I think I'd mentioned this last stream, a good pair of boots. And that was something I did this year. I got a new pair of boots. I got them broken in.
That's a good point.
Played in them yesterday. And having good ankle support and good solid soles. There's a little bit of rough out there.
Yeah, we try to discourage folks from going into that valley only because, we've had folks take tumbles because it is quite a steep slope for some.
We talk about that valley as it's one entity, but it's really not, right? Now, if you actually look at the map, there's a valley that runs north-south, and then there's a massive hill that runs east-west. The valley itself is actually relatively traversable. It's when you try and then come
east up that hill.
Wait, no, north-south is a traversable valley. East-west are these gnarly hills. The problem we've had is when people are trying to come up, it's a goat path, right? This east-west monstrosity of a single track hill, which is you've got woods, which are going to be inhabited by somebody on this side, and then you've got a 30-foot drop off on this side. And people fall down that hill, and people fall into that ravine, and it's rough. So we're trying to take that out as best as possible. People are still going to get down there. We know they're going to get down there, but it shouldn't be because we're trying to make it off limits as best possible. But there is a valley that is north-south that is some really good fighting terrain. But as soon as you want to come back into the real world, forget it. You got to climb those hills, and it sucks.
Oh yeah. Well, so folks, we'll answer a few more of your questions later on in the stream about Bad Blood and of that gnarly hill. But I wanted to bring into tonight's show Eric from ZKT. So let's bring him on right now. Eric, can you hear us?
Yes, loud and clear. Hi, how are you?
Excellent. So Eric is the one of the owners of ZKT, which makes some really premium displays, armored displays, retail displays, and also for those of you who have the means, who have your own little armory at home, whether airsoft or real steel. So these are display cases for your toys that you can actually bring down and lock up. But I met him over at SHOT Show, and he's coming out to Bad Blood this year, and he's actually donating some airsoft guns for the end of game raffle.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Well, thank you for being on here, Eric. I'll give the stage over to you. Can you tell us a little bit more about ZKT?
yes, so ZKT, we like Thomas has said, we are dedicated in building like display cases, both for commercial use and for individual use as well. So for our main flagship product, we include these countertops built with bullet-resistant glasses. These are to prevent the merchandise being from stolen. And it's not uncommon nowadays, unfortunately. And also we have those big commercial safe with like roll-up doors. So during business hours, the store owners can simply open the gate, and then after it can be locked easily, and everything inside is safe. So there's no hustle, have to put everything to the inventory and stuff. These things are safe over there. And we also have some products for individual use. For example, I think for airsoft players, like particular with this type, which Thomas has seen on the SHOT Show.
I thought that was super cool.
Yeah. So those are like actually gun safes, which build like ammo box. So these can fit like 2 pistols, either real steel or like airsoft. Like I feel like this is very ideal if you want to bring like
that is so bad. Come on, that is so badass to bring to any airsoft field, especially CQB fields. You got your ammo box. That is that's a fingerprint biometric, right? Or
no, this is a keyboard.
Okay, still pretty damn cool.
Yeah. I mean, it really it's not hard to have a fingerprint too. Like, so we listen to the market. Like, say if I bring and a lot of, that's the purpose. One of the purpose I wish to come to the event, because I want to interact with the potential users. If they think they want a fingerprint, it's easy. We can build it, simply. And
that's cool.
What's cool about the things like those foams you can remove. Like if you really want to use as an actual ammo box, those will work too. Yeah. And so it has like extended edge, so it's not water resistant. I wouldn't say that, but it's like rain resistant. So if you have like splash of water on it, it won't really get inside. So yeah, and besides that, something new we have launched is remember in the safe we have those slate walls inside our safe. You ever seen those? And we are now sell this separately. If you just want to build like armory like room, so we'll sell these slate walls that which you can simply paint on your walls to hang your either real steel or your airsoft gun. Because we love this stuff. We want to show it to our friends. We just enjoy staying in a room. So we have something like this. So it's pretty versatile. It has different accessories. Like for example, if you want to hang your guns like horizontally, we have these hooks. And if you want to hang like vertically, so we have those. So if you imagine like you have one piece on the bottom. So because some guns, like for example, like bolt actions, they do look better when you hang them horizontally.
Yeah, that's what I think. Those remind me of like guitar hangers.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to use them in your garage, like for your tools, those will work fine as well. So yeah, like I said, it's pretty versatile. And I have also these long sticks. Like I use them for my vests, but you can use it for other parts, like stuff like that. And I will show the edge of these. Like they can be easily stacked together. So like I don't know if you can see it.
What's it made out of?
It's PVC.
Oh, okay, plastic. So not super heavy then. That's okay.
Yeah, it's
that's
not super heavy. Like you can see, I can lift it easily. Mm-hmm. Like, and also it's pretty strong. Like it's pretty strong material, because I've had my own like actual bulletproof vest. Like, there's no issue to it. Yeah. So yeah, and I mean that's pretty much what's going on now. But I just want to show people a little. I have these as gift. I'm not gonna show what actually inside.
Oh yeah, because you can't. Well, on YouTube, they won't let you to handle anything that looks like a gun on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so I want to show this.
yeah.
Anyway, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it's fine to have it in the background, though. Sometimes we've gotten dinged by the AI, but just because it's stupid. And
Okay.
but yeah, as long as you're not handling it, we've
Okay.
been on shows. As long as it's in the background, that's cool. Just as
Okay.
long as you're not handling it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to show our guests, like, on an event, like, you have these, like, from Terran Tactical,
Oh, cool.
as gift. And I also have a big piece here, which I'm going to show you. Give me a second. Now there's a big gun, from FN.
Oh, okay. Which one is that one?
I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, okay.
Secret. But yeah, so we have these. We reserve these for the raffle ticket. That's something we plan to do. But we do wish to, maybe for people to sign up, for give us their email so we can update them about the newly product and stuff like that. Because we've been working on building our websites and and Amazon sites as well. So
yeah, that's great. And, folks, what's great about it, from my from what I know of Eric and having talked to him at SHOT Show and since, they really want to get feedback and ideas. So if you come over to their table, check out their stuff, and if you have ideas about how to improve it, they're gonna take that and actually build prototypes and make their stuff better. But they really want to get your input. So I think that's really great.
Yeah, like for example, for these parts here, what I show you is a generation 1, but we are already manufacturing a generation 2, which will hold better on this. Oh. Unfortunately, for now, and for the event, I can only bring the older ones. But yeah, we're like Thomas said, we're been constantly working on improving our products and listening to our customers as well.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Now, have you played Airsoft before?
No, not really. But
really.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I really want to see, because I have a friend in the UK. They play Airsoft. Like, it's huge there. They have like,
oh yeah.
They have like tanks, helicopters, and like amphibious assault boats. Like, it's crazy, like. But I want to see it here. I've never been to an actual Airsoft event. I want to see.
Yeah, we even did a helicopter strafing run in one Airsoft event.
That's cool.
But, yeah, there was a pilot who was there's a field near an airport, so
Cool.
he offered, if you donated to the charity, you could take a ride onto the helicopter, and
They still do it.
Yeah,
They do it on a regular basis now.
over at Zulu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, good, yeah. So that was part of the game, that if you you could designate one area to be strafed during the game.
Nice.
So all the players had to get. Well, of course, you'd hear it coming in, but it got real, real fast.
Yeah, it got real. It got real. It definitely got.
Now, would you be willing to play? I know you're coming out to show your stuff, but are you actually willing to go suit up and play for a bit?
I'm not sure about this yet, because I don't honestly, because I don't necessarily have the right equipment for it. Like.
Oh, we'll get you. Well, I mean, all you need to do, we'll lend you some protective gear. Just dress comfortable yet tactical.
Okay.
And, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to be like all LARPed out with with camo, with a right camo or whatever. Just as long as just keep it one color scheme, and we'll slot you in. You could
Make you work.
Yeah, we'll make you work.
Okay, sounds good.
May even make you an objective. Like the team that can take out Eric from ZKT.
All right. So the one gets me will give my gift.
Maybe we could work something out.
Yeah.
They're gonna hold you to that. Be careful.
Now, actually, that case, I want originally right now. The game works is that you have to look in the field for 4 red igloo coolers that have a rubber stamp inside of them, and you're trying to collect, kind of like a passport. You have to collect different designed rubber stamps in different parts of the field, and also take them, get a stamp from each of the COs. But the only way you can get it from them is by killing them.
Right.
So you have to hunt them down too. Now, originally, we had them in ammo boxes before. So it's just my turning in my head looking at your ammo case. How much cooler would it be to have to type in the right code to get in?
Okay, I'll talk to your manufacturer about that. I mean, they can maybe come up with a more complicated keypad.
Well, I mean, believe me, you don't have to get too complicated because a lot of the players can't remember stuff after a couple of hours of playing in the heat, and they're just like, "Oh shoot, what was that number again?" Yeah, that I think there were a couple of games. It might have even been some Fallout games that I'd hosted where you
had to fill out the Sudoku puzzle.
Mm-hmm, and then
combination a lock. Yep.
And then you'd also get clues from that to
sort of like an escape room kind of concept, right?
You got it. But, yeah. I didn't even know that we invented escape rooms as far as escape rooms. Who knew? So we've got some new guests on the side chat there. Everybody on the side chat, if you have any questions for any of us on the panel here, please post them up there because we're here to answer your questions. Now, Eric from ZKD, who else is coming from your shop?
I believe there are two friends and co-workers. They are coming too. So I mean, they are more into like tacticals and stuff. So maybe they'll join me as teammates. I'll ask them. Yeah, because you know me, I'm more like collector. I'm also reenactor. I don't know if you know the hobby.
Yeah. Which period do you do reenactment?
World War II.
Okay, so you and Ian should talk because he does Vietnam and.
Yeah, I'm not a World War II guy. Just too
really.
Many, you know what it is? It's too many guys want to be elite SS, and I don't want to deal with that. It's just like if somebody wants to do a Pacific Theater World War II game, I'm in.
Right.
European theater, everybody wants to be the super big shot in the Black Hugo Boss.
Yeah, I know because it's a fashion show. I know, but I do want to do in honor of my grandfather. I want to do up a full Philippine Scout kit,
right?
Loadout, yeah. But
so,
I mean, it's mostly all actually for World War II. I'd actually end up having to buy all World War I stuff because the Philippine Army got all the leftovers from World War I. They didn't get any new stuff.
Yeah. So last weekend, since you mentioned it, like last weekend, I was in a town called Reading in Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
as an air show. So there's a camp which is dedicated to the American and Filipino alliance there. There were people reacting to Filipino units. Like I've talked to them. Yeah.
That's cool. It's one of the things I regretted that I never got a chance to go to the Reading Air Show when we were living in New York because I was on my top list to go. But I'm glad that you got to go to the Reading Air Show.
Every year pretty much. Yeah. So
cool. Mark, do you go? Because that's not too far from you.
It's less than an hour from me, and I've never been there to the air show.
What? Okay, you got to turn in your history teacher card now.
Right.
So if you don't know Eric, Mark is a history teacher out over near Harrisburg. So he's not too far. Yeah. You guys are in Eric. You're in Jersey City or Elizabeth.
Around there. Yeah, New Jersey. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so over towards that area. Is that where your workshop is? Or do you have a retail store or anything like that for ZKT?
No, right now. But so. Our main manufacturer is in China, and warehouse is actually in California. So, we don't really have a storefront because previously the focus has been on like more commercial use. So it's more like
So you said your warehouse is in California, like Torrance or like north closer to the harbor.
In the LA area. Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you're ever out there, it's not too far for me to get. Well, too far. Like a 7-hour drive is not too far, but a lot closer than a 7-hour flight, which I would usually have to take to go visit New Jersey. So, okay, We actually have a question from Royal Zarek. Let me post this. Let me show this question here. What's the role of tribal again? Last year was my first blood event, and I think I know who Royal Zarek is from his post. So usually for the tribals, they are the spoiler, the op 4 in sort of typical Milsim parlance. They would be the opposing force, op 4. In this case, they run autonomously, but under the semi-direction of Ian and myself. Less so now. We now have a dedicated CO, but it used to be we would direct them specifically. But your role as a tribal is to be a spoiler for all the other factions, where all the other factions are traversing the field looking for the objectives. Your job is to make it hell for them. At all times, so that they're not just taking a nice leisurely stroll. They're constantly getting attacked.
Ginger Bear, as the tribal CO, is going to divvy up people as he sees fit. So some of the tribals are going to be stationed on or near the actual samples, defending the samples, and then he's also going to have squads of roaming tribals who are just out there to just bother people. Mm-hmm. And just make their day miserable. So maybe you'll get lucky and you'll be one of those, roving bandits kind of thing, or you'll be posted up in the woods in the shade all day long, defending a sample somewhere. But yeah, it's really up to the discretion of what Ginger Bear wants to do. But yeah, tribals are think of it storyline wise, you are like the indigenous people of the region protecting your area. So you want to keep these warring factions away from your resources. So think of it like that, where you don't care who they are, you just don't want them there. So your job is to keep them away, and stack bodies basically.
Yeah. Well, traditionally, historically, and you could fill in a little more detail here, Mark. But whenever people are living in their lives in their town and not getting involved with the grand politics of whatever country you're in, and there's a civil war going on, when there is an army that's coming in, one of two things is going to happen. One is that army is hungry and is looking for stuff, looking at your wives and daughters and any food that they can take from to supply themselves. But also the other flip side is, if they're there's a high chance whoever is their enemy might be coming over there. So not only are you getting harassed by this warlord or this faction that you may or may not be aligned with, or you don't even care, you just want to live your life, but these armies are coming into your lives, your town, your homes, your community, and you really don't want them there. So as Ian said, your role is the militia, who are typically put together by the folks of that town or that village or that region, to try to just move along. Don't be around here. We don't want you here. So that's your role as tribals out there. And this year, as we mentioned earlier in the show, we're going to have casualty collection points, which are the flagpoles. So those are also other places the tribals will often be asked to protect, or at least to defend, or make it harder for the factions to take over those flagpoles and turn them into their respawn points. So hopefully you'll be talking to Ginger Bear and getting an idea of what you'd prefer to do. So to be honest, when I designed the tribals, I was playing tribals for a while, and I actually liked it because even back then I've thought of myself as an old guy. I didn't want to run around so much. I much preferred defending the sample. So I got to stay where I was. I got to know the area. I got to know where the good defensive points were, and I set up little ambushes because I knew the area. So I actually preferred that role.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yep. All right. Eric, we might actually ask you to come in as a tribal. So if you have do you have a Hawaiian shirt somewhere in your closet?
Not really.
Okay. Do you have a buttoned up, just a regular civilian button up shirt? Like, not like a suit shirt, but I mean, like a casual shirt, maybe something in plaid or a stripe or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, indeed,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, something that you don't mind getting, a little dirty or maybe scratched up a bit. That's good. As long as it's not red
Yeah.
or orange, because
Okay.
those are or yellow or bright, just straight up yellow, because yellow's the referee color for the game,
Okay.
and red is the color to signal that you're dead and not a live player, and they shouldn't shoot at you.
Okay.
So that's why we don't want to confuse people with those colors, But any other color, if you're wearing a blue shirt, that's fine.
Right.
If so, tribals are actually, their uniform is civilian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
It's fun, yeah. And they go all out. You know what I mean? And they really look forward to it. They know exactly how they want to attack their little area, how to defend their area, and they're in it to win it. It's just like as much as the warring factions are trying to collect stamps, these guys are out collecting trophies. Like they count how many armies they could defend themselves against. When you've got 4 guys defending a sample, they can hold off 200 people. That's a win to them, and that's what they live for. And they don't make it easy for you guys. It's great.
One of these days, we might might even get a special prize to give out to any of the tribals who collect a CO stamp themselves.
Yeah, I would love to do something like that, but let's work on one rule change.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll do that some other. Well, I think that'll be a topic for discussion in the next in another live stream, is suggestions for fun side missions.
Oh yeah,
in future Bad Bloods. All right, so folks, if you haven't already, get in your hashtag. So you just type in the chat hashtag Bad Blood, BADBLOOD, and you'll be automatically entered to win one of tonight's prizes. And you know what? I'm going to go I forgot to grab that hat. So I'm going to go off screen for a minute. But I want to throw out a sort of a round robin question for you guys. So that what's in your pocket? What's your EDC? All right. So Ian, do you want to start off? And I'll be right back.
Follow what you're saying. What do you mean?
Oh, do you? Most folks have like gear that they usually carry every day, or everyday carry.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. So, and you can even show what you usually carry. I'll be right back.
Day to day, just a phone, really, because I live in New York City, so I need to be able to get on the bus or get on the train. You know what I mean? So to me, it's just something I can get around with. When it comes to games, okay. Eric, like you, I do period airsoft. So I focus on the Vietnam conflict, and yeah, God, the stuff I have in some of my kit, I've got wire saws and pen light flashlights, and yeah, I'm carrying too much stuff for an actual game. It's ridiculous, but yeah, I weighed it one time. My belt and suspenders weighs more than most people's real steel flak vest, plate carriers. I'm carrying 20 pounds of gear, and it's all airsoft stuff because it's all period legit Vietnam crap.
Yeah.
It weighs a ton. Yeah, I've got all kinds of nut stupid.
I
stuff.
forgot how much is that? How much is the Alice pack, including the frame, empty?
Well, Alice is after Vietnam.
Oh, is it? I'm sorry, I thought it was.
No,
it's okay.
If you want to talk frame packs, that's a Liam question. My group primarily focuses on the Marine Corps, and they didn't use the frame packs like that. But that being said, what's called an Arvin pack is perfect for airsoft. To be honest with you, it's a smaller pack with 2 gigantic outer pockets and that does have an integrated steel frame. Empty, that thing probably weighs 10 pounds.
That's not bad. I thought it was gonna be worse than that. That's why.
Put stuff into it.
It's still not. It's not light, but yeah.
hanging canteens off of it. Yeah, you can easily get 25, 30 pounds on that thing. Plus with the actual belt suspenders and all your, your metal magazines. Yeah, I'm probably carrying 60 pounds of gear in a game easily.
Okay, that's
And that's
that
not
is
that's not to mention the 3-pound steel helmet.
yeah. So folks, don't carry that much stuff to Bad Blood.
Yeah, don't be me.
Yeah. Like I can totally relate with my reactor in the hobby, because we just end up carrying too much unnecessary stuff like backpack, and these World War II stuff are like light. Also, like sometimes the real guns, these like old guns, they're made from wood, they're heavy, or even like replica like this, they're still heavy.
Yeah, because they try to make it, close to the actual weight with fully loaded. So yeah, it is heavy.
Yeah. And also, like, I can show a picture. I don't know if you can see it. Like, that was last weekend. I was carrying the actual SCR 300 radio. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. Imagine marching with this on a summer heat. Like,
we use those too. Yeah. We use the PRC 77s. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're heavy. Yeah.
So Mark,
we just want to make a great impression, I just want people this immersive feeling. Yeah.
Mark, did you get a chance to answer?
No, not yet.
What's in my pocket?
What is okay? Which one's that one?
Just a little out the front. It's not any brand name, but always a pocket knife. There's always something in there. If I'm out and about, if I did a pocket dump, there's going to be a pocket knife. There's probably going to be a speed loader, an extra magazine, whatever I happen to be carrying that day as just an extra reload. Of course, my wallet, my phone. Try to keep a couple of coins, for whatever you might need. But yeah, that's a regular, and keys.
Keys, yeah.
Keys with a little bit of pepper spray canister attached.
That's oh yeah, because I forgot New York City. Unless you're protesting something,
Yeah,
then it's okay. But anyway, I guess it's my turn, right? So I'm back. So I usually carry a flashlight, and part of it is work related now, since I do reviews. So this one is the new Arkfeld from Olight, and this is their new Pro model, which has both the standard flashlight, and it has a green laser, and this one lets you do green laser and flashlight at the same time, and it has UV. So yeah, so for you retailers who want to check those $100 bills, it's useful. And for tool, right now I'm carrying the 511. This is the Braddock. It is their new knife. Actually, they debuted it over at SHOT Show this year, or just before SHOT Show. So this is I believe this is the 3.5-inch version one, and they have a slightly smaller one. So this has been serving me well so far. The notable thing is that the clip is the same color as the body, which is, I thought that's a nice little touch. It also keeps, because it's not a black clip, and depending on what you're wearing, it keeps it a lot more low profiles, and it doesn't print too badly when I'm having it in my back pocket. So that's good. But just for the very least, I like to. It's useful to carry that with all the Amazon boxes that I need to open, and it's always good to have a tool handy, because if I can't tell you how many times I've had to open things, and everybody's just sort of like struggling with it, and like, stand back, I'll just open that up. But it is kind of one of those things I got to remember that I'm carrying, because before I get to like some places that have metal detectors and whatnot, like, oh shit, I got to put this back in the car. But that's sort of the issues you have. And of course, the standard wallets, keys. But again, coins have becoming one of those things that are sort of optional now, because there's so few things that you use it for. But I actually, in doing product reviews and scope reviews that I do, I'm actually need to keep coins in my pocket all the time just so I could unscrew some of the turrets and things like that. Just to have it handy, or to get into the battery compartment of a red dot. So yeah, now I have to make sure I have a good quarter and a good dime handy at all times. All right, so folks, I got a special. We're going to do the prizes now, and I've got a special Father's Day prize in honor of Eric. I was going to keep this, but since you're here, I'm going to give this away. This is one of ZKT Group's cool T-shirts. So this is going to go to one of our viewers in the chat. So make sure you have your hashtags in, and we're going to get started with that giveaway. We're going to start with the Night Force decal pack. Got 2 of them tonight, so I'm going to give away 2, and then we're going to give away the T-shirt. So let me switch over to our giveaway screen. Okay, and
yeah, I didn't see any hashtags come through.
Oh, I think I have to restart this. Oh, yeah. Everybody's got to put it onto their hashtags on the right, on their chat.
Yeah,
on the chat.
Put it in the chat. So let's give it a couple minutes. The people put some hashtags in.
Actually, there we go.
All right,
so there were entries. It's just that I needed to refresh that. Okay, so we're going to draw. Keith Gregory, you are a winner of the Night Force pack. All right, we're going to do our second winner. Let me just make a note of that. So Keith Gregory. So Keith, send me an email. You could send it over at you go to moondogindustries.com/contest, and let me just actually put that on screen now, and you should be able to get on contact through to me through Moondog Industries, that website, or you could send it to me at moondogairsoft@gmail.com. Let me just put that on screen right now. And Keith, actually, I think all of you guys are going to be over at Bad Blood. So what I'll do is I'll give it to you. I'll make a note that you won, and I will give it to you. Come see me at the registration. And if I'm not right there, just ask for me, and we'll get you your prizes. So Keith Gregory. But send me that email, and what I'll do is just make sure that I do have your contact information. For whatever reason that we don't meet up at Bad Blood, I can still get this over to you. All right, so let's do our next draw. DJ Play Nice, you get a set of Night Force decals. Congratulations. All right, and we'll do our final draw, and this is for the ZKT T-shirt. Okay, I don't count. I'm going to draw again. Roll Zarek, okay, our new tribal. So congratulations. Hopefully you are a extra large. But if maybe if you aren't an extra large, please get a hold of me, and I'll talk to Eric. Maybe he might have a size. I don't know if he does or not.
So don't be fooled by the size, because we source that from China, so that's like XL by China standard. So this is more or less like a large-ish.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
So hopefully, Royal Zurich. Let me just make a note of that you won. Wow,
That's great. Good stuff.
So Royal, get a hold of me through I know either that my email or through Facebook. I saw that post you did, and we'll get you. If you can't fit a large, then just get a hold of me, and I'll hopefully get a hold of Eric, and we'll do a swap out for a larger size if you need to.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Yeah,
or a smaller size, or perhaps if you have it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. I will see.
I have to check. Yeah.
If you're a more svelte sized guy, then sleep shirt. There you go. So, all right. Well, I want to thank. We're going to wrap it up for tonight. I want to tell everybody that definitely check back again next week, because we are going to be having our next live stream Q&A again on Sunday night, same time, from 9 until 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you have any questions, please post them up in the Bad Blood series Facebook group, or get a hold of Ian and myself through you can right now. On the next week's live stream, I'm going to be giving away a spotting scope, a legit spotting scope. I have it right here. I'm giving away an Athlon Talos.
I'm going to pause you just for a second.
Yeah?
Eric, yes, still email Moondog, so we know exactly who's getting what. So, yeah, please still email us in. Go ahead.
Yeah. So this is I forget if it's a 20 to 60. Yeah, it's a 20 to 60 spotting scope, and I have to say this is one of the lightest and sharpest for its weight class. One of the sharpest scopes that Otherwise, to get anything that is as sharp or sharper than this, you're going to have to drop. I'm guessing like 1,500, like a grand and a half to get anything better than this that I've tested so far. So this is being given away by OSS, and we're going to do the drawing next week. So enter the contest. I've got the URL there. All you have to do is subscribe to Moondog Go and upload a screenshot, and you'll be eligible, entered to win the drawing that we're going to have next week. So tune in at the end of next week's live stream. We're going to be giving that away. And I want to thank all the guests. I want to thank Mark Thomas, CEO of Black Shirts this year. And I want to thank Eric from ZKT for joining us tonight and showing us your cool display cases. Now, and are you going to bring one of those?
The wall, the peg walls?
Yeah. What are you going to... That's going to be like I don't know. Do you have, that's going to take a lot of room. Are you just going to bring the smaller things?
Yeah, I'll bring this. So what I plan to do is these, they have the stands for target shooting. Mm-hmm. I plan to put 2 wood stick, and maybe I can drill them on the wood stick so they can stand. So just people to see, I'm probably going to put my price on there so people, can see what
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
So, folks, come out for Bad Blood. You can ZKT is donating some prizes, so there's another reason, and you can get to see some of their new, their really cool gun pistol safes and gear, and maybe some prototypes. Who knows? So we'll see some cool gadgets. Well, thank you again for joining us tonight, and thanks everybody for tuning in, and congratulations to the winners. Happy Father's Day. All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you.